Hi, this is a quick video showing you how to start and load up and set up your AutoCAD for first time use on some of our exercises. Now, depending on what version of AutoCAD you downloaded, Windows, Apple, Linux, or web-based, um, you might be able to access it from a number of different areas. But as you can see here, I've got the icon up on my screen. So I'm just going to double click that and it should initialize my AutoCAD program that I've just loaded. Now this will vary, as I've said, in times. If you open up the one at college, you might find it takes a minute or so to load because of whatever load is also on the system. Now when you first come in here, this is more like a reception room into AutoCAD. You can notice that there is a ribbon up the top and I can see it's got lines and circles and arcs on there. But you try to click them, nothing will work because this is not in the main program yet. What this area is meant to do is to give you the opportunity, if you've done any recent work, or if you want to open up something that you've downloaded from online somewhere, and please be careful about doing that. But if you've downloaded something, you might want to open it. So you can click Open and then select where the file is and open it up. If there's anything that's been drawn in AutoCAD, you might, depending on which one of these two options you have on, List View or Grid View, you might either have a picture here in Grid View or a list of the things that you've recently done. Alternately, and when you're first starting out, the first thing we want to do is to start a new file because we haven't created one yet. So you can see if I hover over it, it's going to give us the default AutoCAD drawing template. And that is the way this is set up right now. So let me just take a minute to show you the various areas. We have the application menu upper left in the little red AutoCAD symbol. We have the quick access toolbar next to it that runs a lot here, and we'll be using that in a minute. We have the info center over here, and by info center there's a lot of things you can do, like getting connected with the online community, and also this is where your help menu will be. The next part down here with all of its tabs and all of its different dedicated areas is the ribbon menu and panels. Now below that you'll also see different drawings I might have open, as well as the model and layout views that are on this particular drawing, and a start option for starting up new drawings. Okay, now down here we've got the graphic cursor. As you can see, I'm just moving it around on screen. That will show you where you are on screen when you're doing stuff. And the drawing area around here itself, that's where we're going to do all of our work. And we can actually move that drawing area around by the pan command, and I'll show you that later. Down the bottom here, we have the command prompt area. And at the moment, if I just grab that left hand side where it's got that little row of double dots, you can see it moves around. I really like it docked. I don't like it floating around like that. And the way you can actually dock it is just hold your left mouse key down, pick it up from where it is, like I would just hover over that area on the left hand side, move it up, and then move it back down so that your cursor goes just past that bottom grey line. Once you get it looking like that, that's a ghosted area. Let go of your left hand mouse key, and now you can see that we have effectively docked the command bar to this bottom area here. Now this is one of the most important menus on there, because this is where you click up here on the ribbon menu for getting your command, but sending information to it is what we do down here. This is where you give it the sizes that you want. You put the text in that you want it to print, etc. Or choose the options, right? It's all done down here in the command bar. The other areas down here, this is the model tab, and you saw if I hover over the drawing file, it will give you the same sort of thing, but that is the model and the two layouts that are available. And this is the assorted quick access toolbar down here. And you can see there's a number of things like the drawing coordinates and lots of different options like grid displays and snap modes and stuff down here at the bottom. And last but not least, we've got the view cube up here and then the navigation toolbar here to your right. And we will be using all of this. It's just that I wanted to go through and tell you what each part was, just as a little bit of an introduction. Okay, so we're nearly done. We got everything including the command bar properly docked down to the bottom of the screen. So let's get the rest of the drawing settings set up. Now, we are dealing with a 12-inch by 9-inch piece of paper, which is definitely big enough for the first 3 or 4 exercises. I think actually it would fit just about everything we're going to do. But I will go through separately and show you how to rechange the size of the paper should we need to. And there is a reason for that, and I'll let you know in that video. But the first things first, if we just accept that we've got a drawing area up there, it's the correct size that would fit on a normal piece of paper. That piece of paper being like 11.5 inches tall, a 12 by 9. Yeah, we got plenty of room. We got plenty of room. So if you look down here at the bottom of the quick access toolbar, or one of the assorted quick access toolbars, you'll notice that some of these icons down here are blue and some of them are grey. Now the blue ones, if you hover over, you see everything that's blue has a little on sign by the side of it, and that's the display grid, and we know that's on, so yeah, it's on. The snaps, however, say they're off. Now the way that you would toggle between it being on and off is simply left hand mouse click that icon, click, right? Now it's come on. If I click it again, it's gone off. Click it again, it's come on. So they're like little toggle switches. One thing you might have also noticed is that if I hover over that one for the grid, it's F7. That's on your keyboard, F7. That will toggle it on and off as well. As far as the snap mode is concerned, it's F9. Okay, so if you look at some of the explanations as to what the drawing sheets are and how to draw the various parts we're going to do in the exercises, and it says make sure F7 is on, F9 is on, that's because I want you to have the grid up and the snap on. Okay. Another good bar to have up there, because it gives you lots of information, is the F10 bar. That is polar tracking. And last but not least is the object snap, F3, if you want to turn that one on via the F keys. Okay, object snap, pretty important if you want to snap one line to the end of another one, or to the center point, or to the middle of a circle, or whatever. And we will again go through the different types of object snaps later as well. Okay, so there are a couple of nasty ones that I would like you to turn off, but it might sound crazy. We have to turn them on so that we can see them and then turn them off, right? So if they're not on, they could still be on. They could still be affecting your drawing. And it doesn't really matter for about the first 5 exercises. And then when we start to draw things out almost purely in 3D, we then hit an issue. Now, for an experienced draftsperson, they can be a godsend, but if you forget to put something in, it kind of does it for you. It also remembers your UCSs and things, and you can play around with that. But for someone who's doing it blow by blow, following instructions on a printed sheet, looking at a drawing, and trying to follow a video, it might not work right if you got them turned on. So I'm going to go down to this customization area and show you how you can turn on even more different operations that could sit on this bottom quick access bar. So if I click that, you can see that the ones that are checked are the ones that are on. Okay. Now by on, I mean you could see the actual button. Whether they're blue or grey will determine whether they're functioning or not. Okay, on or off. Remember, blue is on, grey is off. Now you can look down here. I could put my coordinates on. You can see I'll just check, and sure enough my coordinates pop up. But there are 2 that I need to turn on to make sure that they're turned off. I know, crazy. Dynamic input, if I click it, and then down here, dynamic UCS, and I click that one. As soon as I've done with that, I can click that little stack of papers again, and the customization menu goes away. Now, as it would have it, they are both turned off, which is good. I think I've seen sometimes the default setup of this drawing, one of them is turned on. Now you can see dynamic input is off. Click that again, it goes blue, right? It goes grey. And this one, that's the dynamic UCS. They both need to be grayed out. And now we're ready to draw. Okay, so I'll leave you there and I'll see you in one of the first exercises.